Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel here on Global Conquerors, our weekly podcast. Conquest is episode 69, being recorded on April 20th, 2025. Angel, why did you do that? It's
It's
your...
freaking ice.
Uh-huh.
I'm eating crust ice.
Okay. This is your host, SMGFrenzy, joined with...
Without an ADC,
And we're just
back for
gonna... Yeah.
the weekly. But we're just gonna cook it.
Yeah, we're just gonna
I'm
go right into it. Esports gaming, starting off with some big Twitch news. Twitch streamer Kaide, one of the most popular female Twitch streamers of all time, has announced her retirement from streaming and moving on to other endeavors. If Angel, you want to cover this topic?
well, I mean, most of y'all know. I mean, she's a popular female streamer on Twitch. She's been through a lot the last couple years. It's comes to a shock. But maybe it's more of like a mental thing. I mean, I just saw that she retired. I listened to some of the video. I didn't fully what, but yeah, she's gonna move on to do other things. Um, I don't. I mean, I think she'll come back. I don't think she'll fully. I mean, maybe she needs some time away from it. Um, I mean, it really does come to a shock. I mean, it just came out of the blue. But we'll see what she does. What her next big announcement is and what she's planning to do. So
Quite literally, yeah. That's really the news on that front. We're going to move on to Minecraft, which had a big update announcement this past weekend, announcing that now you can actually leash all types of mobs in the games. You can leash Enderman, you can leash ghast, you can leash creepers, and you can attach them together. You can attach them to things like boats, so you can leash your boat to a ghast, so now your boat will be a blimp, an air balloon, and you can just go
you know where they
around.
got that idea from?
Where,
The Minecraft movie.
damn. Actually?
Yeah.
Is that actually in the Minecraft movie?
Hmm.
Wild. So that's really an interesting concept. It changes how movement in the game is now, especially if we're able to bring ghast to the overworld. People aren't going to try to go to the end as much to try to get the elytra when you can just get a ghast, and if it doesn't die, you got your hot air balloon flying around that sometimes shoot fireballs at enemies. So it is a cool change, though, I think, legitimately. And it's available on the Java snapshot now, and will be coming to the Bedrock beta relatively soon. So, yeah.
I guess. I mean.
I think it's a cool change. Minecraft's
I guess. I'll show you. Where do you want me to send this to you on the owner channel?
Sure. I'm not sure what you're sending to
But
me.
the it's the picture. What I'm talking about.
Okay.
But you can keep going. So you can see it. But keep going. This is where I got this idea from.
Okay. But yeah, that was
Um.
the update on Minecraft, and we move over to talk about
Hold up.
Overwatch.
Wait,
Oh,
wait, quick. Did we ever talk about how they're making visual changes to the game? Yeah, right. We did, right?
I think
Or
so,
no?
yeah. Yeah, we touched on it a little bit last time.
And if we didn't, then well, yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. So if you're wondering, they got that concept from the Minecraft movie. I did go see the movie, but yeah, I sent it to you, so I don't know if you saw it.
I did see it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay then. Oh,
But yeah.
yeah. Move over to Overwatch, which is introducing what is called Stadium Mode, which is a new permanent game mode, best of 7 round-based play. You earn stadium cash and build your loadout. They'll have a third and first-person version of this. This is Overwatch's version, of course, of also basically CS Search and Destroy, because every damn game now has Search and Destroy, which, hey, is interesting. You're like slowly blurring it out of existence,
I'm
but
trying to figure it out.
yeah, Overwatch has their own version of Stadium Mode. This is a good update for Overwatch, to be fair, though. This game did need a big announcement because Marvel Rivals is taking all the attention away from it. So Overwatch hit us with this announcement. They also hit us an announcement that they're doing a partnership with Gundam, having some new Gundam skins in their game. So they're trying to claw back that market share slowly, but we'll see if it works. But, I mean, this is the new... I might jump in to try this, to be honest. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
Why
really
not?
that on the Overwatch side. We move over to Star Celebration. This will be split both between the esports gaming and the general news side because there's both TV shows and gaming stuff. But on the gaming side for Celebration that just ended yesterday, Celebration announced that there will be a new Star Wars turn-based game called Star Wars Zero Company. It's single player, like I said, turn-based. This will take place during the Clone Wars era. It's all based on tactics and it's developed by the studio Bit Reactor in collaboration with Respawn Entertainment and Lucasfilm Games. So the new Star Wars game to come out since Jedi Survivor, I believe. And cool that they're not just doing all FPS games and whatnot. We're actually getting like a nice top-down tactic game too. So cool for that audience, honestly. Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I this is the first time I'm hearing about it, so I mean that's just like news for me. What do you think? Like,
I
what do you,
mean,
what do you think? Is it gonna be good?
it's not the Star Wars game I was hoping for, but it looks like it's gonna be good. I'm more curious to see where the story goes. Really, I might not play it. I might just watch gameplay footage of it, to be honest. But yeah, yeah. That's really it on that side. To continue in Star Wars events before going on to the next one, Fortnite announced that they will be doing basically a Star Wars season starting on May 2nd, with a new Star Wars themed battle pass. We saw some of the skins like Darth Jar Jar, we saw Mace Windu, we saw Emperor Palpatine, we saw Luke Skywalker, and some other stuff. There's going to be some weekly gameplay content in this season, and then it's going to end with a massive live season narrative event. We know that the Death Star and Star Destroyers will be on the map, which will be very cool. Maybe if the teaser showed X-Wings, maybe we can fly X-Wings and shoot people with them in the game, which would be insane. But big Star Wars event on Fortnite. Guess what I'm about to be? Jumping on Fortnite on May 2nd for this, for sure. Because we haven't played the past, 3 seasons? I'm back for this one.
I think I've given up on Fortnite completely. I don't know. I just nothing has really grabbed my attention to go back and play it now.
Yeah.
I think I've given up on like trying to get a win on every season. Like
No,
every,
same. Like,
I mean, it's kind of like I mean, I'm gonna try to be quick, but we play it once and that's it, and we'll upload that one video, and then you won't see another video like that for like another 4 to 5 months.
you're not wrong.
So,
Our
but
interest in Fortnite isn't there anymore. But
I mean, well, I mean, I'll give it a try, but other than that, not really.
no, yeah, like personally, I'll go and check out this game mode, but we'll see how it is. The other news, this is probably, funnily enough, the biggest news on the esports gaming side. So, Gargura, who is the biggest English streaming VTuber, one of the biggest English streamers, and one of the biggest streamers in the world, signed by Covercore, which owns the VTuber streaming company HoloLive, announced her retirement from HoloLive this past weekend, with her last stream being on May. I believe also May 2nd, actually. So this like actually sent ripples through the VTubing and just streaming world because her image and personality is massive. She's collaborated with many famous artists, Japanese and English. She was featured at the LA Dodgers during their season opener and a drone show. She has a lot of merch and a lot of fans that span globally. And she just is the face of like the VTubing world. So the fact that she is graduating despite being basically the biggest of that there is in that realm is a huge shock to the industry. Many people saw it coming because she's kind of slowed down in streaming the past year or so, and also has voiced some like health issues and disagreements with company management. But it appears that she may be going back to her alternate personality that she had before she was this specific VTuber. So you're not in the VTubing realm, but usually how VTubers get found for companies is that they already had another VTuber that they were going under, and if they can sign up for like a bigger company, they retire that brand. They take on this new brand. So she has an old personality that she retired in the past, but that account seems to now be active again. So we're presuming that she's going back to that, it seems. But yeah, world's biggest
Okay,
VTubing company is literally losing their number one star, which is kind of crazy. So
just to go back to doing what they. I
doing
mean, it
it
makes
in
sense.
indie way, essentially.
It makes sense. I mean, but like this usually leads to disagreements with like the company.
Yeah.
They don't agree on stuff. They don't reach an agreement on things. They don't. So it makes sense.
Mhm. And like we see this also just in the general streaming world. Streamers get signed by big teams like Ninja and Luminosity and whatnot, and then they become big. Sometimes they don't like the restrictions the company gives them, so they go back to being independent again. So
Yeah, usually when streamers they usually the small and up and coming streamers usually will sign with a team.
Mm.
Obviously, to get fandom from the org, but also help grow theirs because they're going to be promoted on a bunch of their merch and stuff. So
Yep.
once they get that big, they're like, well, now that I mean, do I need an esports team? Do I go to a bigger one? It just, usually the bigger you get, obviously you're probably on their old contract when you first signed them, so they're pretty much taking a lot away from you,
Yeah.
or you're not making anything off of it. So it makes sense. I mean that's just how it is. I mean, you grow, and you just want what's best for you and opportunity and stuff like that. So I mean, it makes sense. It's not like a shocker. It just is literally real life like situations also. So
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, big news on the VTubing side. But to continue on, where was I? Oh, HCS Major. Yeah, HCS Optic Arlington Major is currently happening. The event had a somewhat rocky start where the city of Arlington had a transformer blowout during the evening parts of the game. So there was just no power during the middle of the Optic Nemesis match, and they had to replay their games the next day once the transformers refixed everything and had to catch up in the schedule. So they're back on the schedule now. Optic is playing FaZe right now. The series tied 1-1. But big takeaways from this event already, because we're already in the final top three, which is Optic, FaZe, and Shopify, which is not really to the surprise of anybody. If you expand top four, Space Station, which again, not to the surprise of anybody. To the surprise of people, EU team, Team Nemesis, which was just founded in January of this year, is potentially one of the sleeper teams that nobody thought would be this good. Nobody usually has EU teams ranked higher than maybe top 8 generally in events, and the fact that they were playing against top teams and like bringing them down to their knees. Team Nemesis in a group with Optic topped the group with Optic, defeating them 3-1, which was surprising. So big news on their end versus teams like Mind Freak in Australia bombed out of their group 0-3. So
TSM didn't perform well. That's a team that's really good. Let's see. The return of Sparty. That was a cool thing.
yep.
Um,
Genji did okay during their debut. Cloud9 did better than I thought they would, to be honest with you. So there's that. Genji did okay.
Yeah.
But Cloud9, they're not bad right now, you know?
I mean, their roster's pretty good. I mean, what they had last year versus now is kind of like they they had a bunch of randos. It could have been I mean, there weren't randos. Obviously, they're pros, right? But the players that are on C9's Halo roster is a lot more well known. I think Boo Boo's on that team, right?
I think so,
Boo
yeah.
Boo. I forgot who else is on the team. I know Boo Boo because he Boo Boo Doo
Boo doo boo.
Boo Boo Hoo Boo.
Jesus Christ.
G9 Halo roster. Let's see. Okay, they have their current roster. There's no way this is their roster right now, right?
You have to go to C9's actual. Yeah, so it's Boo Boo Doo Boo, Manny, Sabinator, and Septify. This is on their website, not through the Halo wiki that's still out of date for some reason.
Not okay. Well, that's what I was looking up.
Yep. So yeah, Boo Doo
Yeah,
Boo, Manny, Sabinator, Septify. So again, these are players that are well proven. So it makes sense that C9 is actually playing pretty damn competitive this time.
Yeah.
Their coaching staff is Sensor. Yep.
Cool.
So yeah, props to them for having a good team. But the event, I mean, besides obviously the power outage, has been pretty good. A quick overview on the actual the winners bracket was Shopify versus Optic. Shopify beat Optic 3-2. Space Station versus Zero Tenacity. Space Station beat them 3-1. FaZe versus Complexity. FaZe beat them 3-0. Nemesis versus Cloud9. Nemesis beat Cloud9 3-1. It's big win for Nemesis. Then it was Rebellion versus Space Station. So this is, I'm fighting my old org that I got poached from. Rebellion beat Space Station 3-0. FaZe beat Nemesis 3-0, which was... Nemesis looked bad in that game, by the way, if you go back and watch that. They looked like a whole different team. And then winners finals was Rebellion versus FaZe. Obviously, FaZe lost because now they're in losers finals. Rebellion beat FaZe, I think it was 3-0 as well.
It's crazy because FaZe hadn't dropped the map until they played Shopify.
Yeah.
But Shopify has played the harder teams going to where they played.
Exactly, yeah.
Who they played? They played Optic,
They played Space Station.
PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah. Shopify
Yeah.
had the stack side of the bracket and have been kind of cruising through it, which is insane. And then we take a
Besides
peek at.
the Optic match.
Well, of course, that's the match
Other than
that.
that, they cruised through everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Then we look at the Elam round. It was Optic versus TSM. TSM looked horrible. Got beat 3-0. Tenacity versus Infamous. That was a close match, but Infamous beat Tenacity 3-2. Gen.G versus Complexity. That was an upset match, to be fair. Gen.G did beat Complexity 3-2. And C9 versus Ether. Ether was the LATAM representation. Played really well this whole weekend, but they got beat by C9 3-2. Then we go to Elam round 2. Optic cruises through Infamous 3-0. C9 takes down Gen.G 3-1, but Gen.G did put up a pretty decent fight. Nemesis versus Optic rematch in Elam quarters. That was 3-2. That match could have gone any way, honestly. Because, hey, I think Nemesis should have actually Elam'd Optic there, to be fair. Because they do have Optic's number. I'm just saying. But, and then Space Station versus C9. This is how everyone knew Space Station is not winning this event. When you go 3-2 against C9. So, and then Space Station versus Optic. We know Optic won because you're playing against FaZe right now. So, we'll report next week who the winner of this whole major is. Well, I am gonna jump the gun and say Shopify are going to be your HCS Arlington Major champions probably in a 3-2 series. No, it's best of 7 on a 4-2 series.
4-3 Optic bracket reset.
Okay, we'll see about that. We'll
Well,
see.
I don't even know. That's even if they're in the finals.
That is true. Depends if FaZe
They
decides
just-
to turn up.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
But that's it on
to watch
the.
it while
Oh, what's up?
we record. I'm trying to watch it while we record. That's why I'm looking down a lot.
You're good. But yeah, that's it on the esports gaming side. To hop over, who just won? Optic did. Okay, so Optic's up 2-1. Anyways, to hop over to general news side, we had a Blue Origin flight that flew a bunch of celebrities up into space recently for about 7 minutes. Katy Perry was one of them. People were making fun of her because they're like, you were in space for 7 minutes and you came back kissing the ground like you've never seen it before. But I mean, I don't know, man. I've never been to space before. I kind of do want to go at some point. I imagine if you're that high, you kind of would have craved the ground a little bit after that, depending
Bro,
on your
come
fear of
but
heights.
Did they really go to space?
Blue Origin's missions don't go to space. They go far enough that it looks like you're starting to be in space, but you're still like well within Earth's atmosphere. So it's gonna be different than the SpaceX flight that's gonna fly people around the moon. That one's clearly going to space. You know, you're going far, far away for more than 7 minutes. So
Wait, okay. What? How far is it to get to the moon from like obviously it's for the rocket? Did they say?
Depends. It can take up to like 7 days. Depending on where the moon is positioned and where you're launching from. So it all depends. But it can be 3 to 7 days. It's a
And to
trip.
go
Like, it's
around-
an actual trip.
To go around the moon, like
No,
the
to
trip
get.
go around
No,
the
this is
moon?
just to get to the moon.
No, I'm talking about like the thing you were just talking about.
To go around the moon, it'll probably take like a few hours.
So you're telling me it's gonna take longer to get there than the time they're gonna be there?
I mean, depends how long the mission is for them to orbit the moon. I'm not sure. They haven't specified just yet. But yeah, it takes a while to get there.
Is it regular people going? Or
That
is it
one's
like,
also all celebrities. Like, they released. It was years ago that they mentioned who was going. SpaceX moon mission. Let's see. SpaceX moon mission celebrities launch. Oh, that one got canceled. Damn. Okay. That one was supposed to be a mission where they were going to fly Japanese billionaire Yusaku Maezawa with Ryan Gosling, Damien Chazelle, Steve Aoki, Tim Dodd.
that's the most random group of celebrities I've ever seen. Those guys have no connection to each other.
They really don't. And there's a bunch of other people from, just a bunch of celebrities from different countries. So, yeah. But yeah, that mission got canceled because SpaceX, their rocket wasn't ready for that mission just yet. So, yeah. That was supposed to happen last year.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
know this is like off topic, but like, what happened? Is there any updates on the bridge, on Detroit bridge that collapsed a
Detroit.
couple months ago?
I think you mean Baltimore.
Am I faded?
That
Oh
was
shit, I am.
Baltimore. That I feel like that happened a while ago. That was March of last year. Jesus. Okay, so it was 1 year anniversary since the collapse was 3 weeks ago. Let's
What has the
see.
progress? What does the progress look like?
Says the bridge will be finished by fall of 2028. So we got 3 years till that crap is done.
I mean, I would have hoped so.
Yeah, it's massive. Hmm.
They already. I'm guessing they already. They it took. They were cleaning it, like
Yeah.
everything around it.
Yep.
When did they start building? Like it had to be
Uh,
recently.
they hired contractors for construction in February of this year. Pre-construction activities started in January of this year. They unveiled the new design in February of this year, so it's a new cable span bridge, but it'll look like the old one kind of, but it's taller as well. Um, Congress is paying for it because they kind of need this to go up as fast as they
So
can.
how
Real construction will start in fall of this year. Essentially, is what they're saying.
so it'll take let's just say 2 years technically, since or just say they'll start close to like
It's
they'll
I think
start the
3
close
years.
to the start of the year
Yeah,
of the new year ish.
2.5 to 3 years is what we're looking at for the full
Damn, that was a
construction.
year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh my god.
that's why I was like, damn, you just hit me with like
Holy
a throwback.
Because I felt like we talked about this like a couple months ago.
It really feels like it, but no, it's been a year.
Holy shit. I was like, dude, I wonder what I was like, I need some updates on this shit. And I looked, I'm like, wait, it's been a year? Because it said, look at or like progress after a year of the collapse of the bridge in Baltimore. I'm like, what?
Like, wait a minute, it hasn't been that long, has it? No,
Holy shit.
no, yeah, it's been a good bit, surprisingly. But yeah, that's we're looking at
Holy
that.
shit.
If we're still doing this by 2028,
Bro, we're only in the first quarter. Wait, we're in the almost
we're almost
past
halfway
the
through
first
this
quarter
year.
of the year. First quarter of the year.
Yeah,
Wait,
April. Yeah,
a little over a quarter.
yep.
Holy shit.
April's already almost done, which is the scary part.
What the fuck, dude? I remember these old heads used to say, once you get out of high school, time goes fast. I was like, what?
Hey,
I
they're
was
not
like,
wrong, dude. They're not
bro, I
wrong.
feel like we were in school for such a long time that I was like, dude, I was like, I'm ready to graduate. And then we graduated, and now I'm like, dude, we graduated, what,
6 years
6 years
ago.
ago?
I'm about to do my third graduation in 6 years.
I'm about to have my second kid in 6 years.
You're what? Angel lore drop?
Did I just leak?
Angel lore drop? Wait a minute.
I'm just kidding.
I
No.
know. But yeah, that
That
that was
time
a
is crazy.
throwback.
Time is scary, dude.
A little do we
Time is
know.
what is it? What's it saying? Like time is I forgot. There's like a thing someone said that was like time is I forgot. I don't know. I'm not gonna even babble and drag it on. Okay, let's
But yeah,
see.
we
Discord
continue on.
sue
Yeah,
New
so
Jersey.
the state of New Jersey is suing Discord. The New Jersey Attorney General sued Discord, alleging that the company has misled consumers about child safety features on the gaming-centric social messaging app. This may cause, depending on the state of New Jersey wins this case, may cause Discord obviously to have restrictions about how kids can access Discord. Probably going to move over to the way that a lot of corn sites have now required users to prove that they're over 18 in southern states by providing IDs. So I would assume Discord, if they lose this suit, may also request that you show your ID to verify that you're 18 or 16 or older, depending on the country. Which I get, it makes sense, obviously, because you don't want kids on Discord, because a lot of Discord servers are used to share inappropriate things, and occasionally are where the
We're going,
occasional school shooter shows up as well. So
we're going back to Skype, bro.
Skype is shutting down this year, so we ain't
Oh,
going back to Skype.
Skype is really, bro. I haven't used Skype
Well, even if you want to
Like,
archive any Skype messages, you better do it soon because Skype is like shutting down.
I don't think I ever called.
uh,
Besides that one girl I used to talk to. But other
uh,
than that, oh my god, I have my account still here. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, this is very. I don't. I have to still have that email. Uh, Beginning of March 25, you will be able to sign into Microsoft Team free with Skype. When is it retiring in May of 2020? Next
oh,
month.
next, yeah, it's really soon.
My old fake username was King underscore 4 Angel.
Of course. Oh, I do remember. You use that for something else too.
That was my kick. I haven't. I still use. Oh, I don't use it, but I have access to my kick.
Mhm.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Mine is gone, long
Never got
gone.
caught cheating in school because once you deleted the group, like the group chat, it'll never appear.
Hmm.
People. That's what people used to cheat.
Of course, of course.
Don't cheat
But
in school, guys.
yeah, don't do that. That's bad. But
Bad.
yeah, Discord is getting sued. We'll see what the lawsuit says on Discord's thing. Also, like to put more like emphasis on what the lawsuit has. They're basically saying that Discord has violated like the state's consumer fraud laws. People being able to like pretend to be someone else on Discord, selling products, selling explicit things and whatnot, and misleading children and parents through different safety features that were supposed to protect them, but in fact obscuring like actually what these children and stuff are doing on the platform. So we'll see what happens on that thing, and if Discord has to enforce a minimum age law, which I think it probably will end up having to do so. Because once the state's like, yeah, no, you're in the wrong, it usually applies it to everywhere that it operates in. So we'll see what is on
Like
that
Roblox.
end. Yeah, exactly like Roblox. Yeah. But yeah, that's on the
Yeah.
Discord side. Moving over back to Star Wars Celebration on the media side, Star Wars announced that they will now be producing a full-length Star Wars anime series based off of the Star Wars Vision short called The Ninth Jedi, which will premiere in 2026. They also announced a new Star Wars movie, the second Star Wars movie to come out in the next 2 years, called Star Wars Starfighter, coming to theaters on May 28th, 2027. Additionally, The Mandalorian Grogu will be premiering also a Star Wars movie on May 22nd, 2026. So it's funny because both of these films are premiering 3 weeks after respective Avengers movies. So Disney's looking to make a lot of money in the month of May in 2026 and 2027 because you have Avengers Doomsday and then Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu in the same month. And then you have Avengers Secret Wars and then Star Wars Starfighter in the same month. So that's gonna be a stacked 2 Mays in the next 2 Mays. Additionally, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is going back into theaters this week, starting on what is this Thursday? April 24th through next Thursday. This is the re-release of Revenge of the Sith for its 20th anniversary. I will be there. I bought my tickets a good bit ago. It's gonna be fun. Um, Also, Star Wars Andor's coming out this Tuesday, April 22nd, which means it already came out by the time this podcast comes out. And then lastly, new Star Wars animated series, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, premieres also in 2026. They did not give us an exact date, but a lot of Star Wars media coming out in the next few months. Additionally, and I think you like this part, Disney has announced that they are currently halting production on all live action films after the failure that Snow White was. So, live action fans rejoice because we may have a scenario where we don't have to live through these horrible retellings. So, and then last update for our end, jumping back to esports and gaming, it appears that Optic will be playing, of course, Shopify in the grand finals to the surprise of nobody as they took down FaZe Clan 3-1 in the Elim finals. I'm still calling it now. Shopify winning this 4-2. You heard it here first.
Sure. Sure. Sorry, I'm watching WrestleMania now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Shout out to my goat.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then like the final trailers for the Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts came out. Again, those two movies look really good.
I was gonna say, I was like, when you brought it up, I was like, yeah, they look pretty good for once. Well, not Marvel because it's Disney technically, but
Yeah.
uh, I don't know.
Also,
It
it
looked pretty
seems
good. I
one
mean,
optic is doing better than the other right now.
what from those two movies, which one do you think is gonna be better? I think Fantastic Four is gonna be good.
I
Like the
know
best one out of the two.
Fantastic Four is going to be good, but I think, honestly, I think Thunderbolts is going to hit more emotionally. Because it seems this is going to be the end of some of these characters before going into the next Avengers movie. And depending on how they make us feel about some of them, we're going to be like, damn, we lost one. So, they both look like fantastic movies. Marvel looks like they're about to release 2 back-to-back bangers, which is great.
Hey, Marvel or someone said, I forgot who exactly, but they said a lot of these like superheroes are gonna die in these movies.
Oh, for sure.
Like a lot.
For
Like
sure.
they just got into the franchise just to get removed from it already.
That's just how it works. There's also, I'm not, have you been watching the recent Daredevil Born Again?
A little bit, not a. No, I've been watching clips. I haven't fully watched it. Is it
God.
good though? Like I'm
It
hearing it's
is
really good.
freaking tastic, and it's setting up essentially, I think, the next Spider-Man movie. Because New York is just going to war now, and like Spider-Man can't ignore that, can he?
No, but I saw something about the Punisher. Was the Punisher in that show?
That's spoilers. I can't talk about that right now.
No, I saw a video, like a video of it. Like he was like, I think they were teasing something about Spider-Man. Like he said something that like something, and then conversation they were having. I have to watch it then.
Yes, the Punisher is in this. He's like locked up right now. They like did a tease.
All right.
Hey, Daredevil Born Again, highly recommended watch because New York is just going to hell because you have this war happening now against Kingpin and Daredevil and his army that he's trying to build up. And then you also have whatever the hell's happening in Thunderbolts because you have the Void killing people in New York. And then, of course, we expect New York to be featured in the next Spider-Man film because that's where he's freaking based. So, what a time to be living in freaking New York. Not the place to be.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Anyways, Optic Halo doing better than Optic COD right now because, and then COD Phase is doing better than COD Halo right now because Halo Phase just got elimed and Optic COD just got beat by Phase. So trade, a trade for a trade. One gives, one takes.
Oh, what the fuck happened? I'm ready for the next season already. Like
Optic COD, what a team. They are something else right now.
I'm excited for next Call of Duty leaks or news things coming out soon. So
Again,
I need to know what the next COD is gonna be.
Is what a time to be an Optic fan right now, especially on the shooter front. Because you're stressing out on the Halo side to see if they can beat Shopify, and then you just kind of suck in COD at the moment. And you're just like, what are we doing?
They're not making no changes. They literally said they're gonna stick with that team for the rest of the year.
Well, they're not winning anything the rest of the year.
They're not. I don't think so. Unless they turn up and win. I don't think so.
Optic COD, what a team you are.
Optic COD, more like what the fuck?
I'm about to go buy some Vegas Falcons merch at this rate.
Dude, they are. I mean, they've only won one map, and if they only win one for the rest of the year, and it's only against Optic, I'm pissed.
Hey, they're turning up there. They took a game against FaZe.
I mean, sure. I mean, anyone could do that. But
Accident looking like the best player on his team.
yeah. Well, I'm surprised that he's their best player, which I thought Pred would be, but I guess not.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of sorry. I'm watching Halo because it's happening. I'm trying to. I'll keep y'all updated in the spot, but we're gonna. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else, right?
Dude, that's really literally it. So if you want to close it out.
Thank you guys for watching. Oh my god, I'm bright as hell. Oh my god, it's so bright. Look like thank you guys for watching this episode of the Conquest, episode 69. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say besides follow our socials. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when we upload. And yeah, I got nothing much else to say besides We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.